to show you how to make these cute fish today. I made them in two different ways. They're both made out of tin foil, and I'm going to show you a couple things to do with them also. This first one was made out of tin foil, and I did not finish the back of this one yet because I wanted to be able to show you. And I probably would just finish that with some marker or something of that nature. The front of it, once I shaped the foil, I colored it in with permanent marker, and then I put some glue on there and put some glitter on there. I don't know if you can see it, so it shines a little bit, and added a googly eye at the end. You can also put a finishing gloss coat on there if you wanted to. If not, then this is fine also. This is the one that I'm going to spend the time showing you how to do today. The basic fish shape and everything is the same for both. How you want to finish it is up to you. This one I embossed. I don't know if you can tell. I did the fish shape out of the foil, colored it with permanent markers, and I put some embossing ink on it. Embossing powder. I happen to have an ultra thick embossing powder, and then I heat it up and it becomes all shiny. Then I glued the googly eye on it, and I'm going to show you things that we can do with these fish after. So let's get started. First thing you need is a piece of tin foil, and no two fish are going to look alike, so I wouldn't necessarily try to mirror the ones that I made. Just go with it. Pinch it up, flatten it out, and start making a shape. I will usually try to start by the mouth first, and then kind of make my way around. Seldomly does it ever turn out quite right the first time, and I'll show you how to make some adjustments because I'm sure this one won't turn out quite right either. So here we go. I'll do the fin on the top. You know, and you can push it. You can push it on the corner of the table, or use tools to help get the shape that you want. And I often use a hammer. I usually do it out on the sidewalk or on the front stoop, so just be careful that you don't chip the concrete. That doesn't go over very well normally. So here's a hammer. Pound it flat so it's good and firm. And then keep shaping it. Now, if you can't get the shape that you want, don't sweat it, because it's tin foil, so you can cut a little bit here and there to get the shape that you want. Like I'll trim here to get a little more definition by the tail. Okay, there we go. You can see that now it's taking shape a little bit. And I'll trim a little bit here to give it definition. And I'll squish that in. Okay, I'm pretty happy with my fish shape. So now I've done that, and I'm going to take some permanent markers and start to color. Since I did green on the other ones, I think I'll do some pink. I'll make them a pink fish. You color right on there. Don't worry that you're not getting into the gaps and the grooves. You can try to get into some of them if you want, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay, so I'm done with the pink, so I think I'll do some green here on the fins. And then add a little blue accents. Little outline. Maybe some gills. And then I do like to get the edge with whatever color, doesn't matter, just so it's not quite so bare. The back I'll just do with a thick black marker, finish it off. Okay, once the fish has dried, the ink has dried, go ahead and put some embossing ink on there. And this really serves to let the embossing powder stick to it. So put it on there. It may smear your inks a little bit, but don't sweat it. So do that. Now I normally would, and I have a piece of paper here, have it on a piece of paper so that any excess embossing ink can go right back into the jar and it's not wasted. So fill it up, let it sit for a minute. There you go. I can see a couple spots that I totally missed, and this is probably not the best way to do it, but it's the way I do it. Okay, and then I'll dab a little here. All the rubber stampers in the world are probably cringing at me doing it that way. Okay, there we go. Now I will just open this up and return the extra embossing powder right back into it. So there's no waste, or at least minimal. And I'll wipe off my embossing ink and we're good to go. Okay, so here's the fun part. And I'll just do it right on my metal top. Get your heat gun if you have one. And this is kind of where the magic happens, so I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay. This heats up pretty quickly because it's aluminum foil. And I'm going to I happen to have some rainbow sparkle as well, so I'm going to embossing powder, so I'm going to throw some of that on while I'm heating this, because then it'll still be wet and it'll stick. So I'll use a little skewer to kind of keep it in place because it's too hot for me to hold. And you can see it change right here. Some of the rainbow on there. And you're going to need to let it cool off a little bit. But there it is, all sparkly and shiny. And we'll let that cool off and harden, which won't take too long. Okay, now it's dry and cooled off, and we're just going to take a googly eye, a regular googly eye from the craft store, put a dab of glue on there, and drop it right down where you want it to be, and you got another fish swimming along. So what are we going to do with all of our fish? That is the question. Of course I would normally finish the back, but for the purposes of this video we'll leave it as it is. You would let the eye dry, of course. Okay, now that everything is dry, you would take a unfinished popsicle stick, and maybe even a longer one would be better than this, and paint it whatever color you want, and then pick one of your fish, and all you're going to do is take some glue. You could do the Elmer's glue or a different glue that includes metal as being one of the things that it adheres to, and you glue it to the top of the stick, and what you're going to have is a bookmark, which is a really great gift for Dad if he's a fisherman, Mom if she just likes fish, or anybody, and it could just be very decorative. And you can even you know, attach it to a skewer and put it in your plant as a little decorative item that would be sticking out of your plants. So give it a shot. I would love to see what you guys come up with and other uses for them. You can decorate certainly a frame, glue these to a frame, or anything. I hope you like it, and I hope you give it a try. Thank you.